Harbor Freight, Jeremy, really? Harbor Freight is like if Home Depot, Lowe's, and maybe AutoZone had a baby, but that baby smoked 2 packs of Newports a day, lived in a rusted out double wide with holes in the floor, and had a meth addiction. In China. But if you're totally sleeping on Harbor Freight for fear of getting hepatitis, you're missing out. So today we are braving the muddy waters of the meth mouth of hardware stores and going over the best truck EDC gems from Harbor Freight. As you guys may know, I've been working on getting my truck EDC squared away for the better part of 6 months. I've always been an advocate of being prepared and self-reliant so that the shit hits the fan, I could keep myself and my family safe. Now, I don't mean I have a doomsday bunker container buried in my backyard. The way things are going these days, I'm starting to think that might not be a bad idea. But what I mean is being prepared and capable of handling most any situation you would likely encounter. This includes things like civil unrest, which these days is more likely than ever in my lifetime at least. Natural disasters, which with me living here in Florida, that's just kind of a part of life. Other things like that. Your vehicle's EDC is a good place to have some of these things that would help in a situation like that. Your vehicle is mobile, so it can move if you need to get the hell out of Dodge, or if you need to get somewhere else or to someone else. You can also carry a lot more stuff in a vehicle than you can on your person. This can be a deep rabbit hole. You can drop more money than the Kardashians do on fake body parts when you start delving into the world of truck EDC, overlanding, preparedness. And I know all those are kind of different things, but the prepper stuff and the overlanding stuff and the EDC stuff, they have a lot of crossover. I've said it before on here, but I am a huge fan and advocate of buying the highest quality gear you can afford. Would I buy precision instruments from Harbor Freight? Probably not. Am I going to be buying a table saw or a miter saw or something like that? Doubtful. I have bought stuff like that from them in the past, and usually it's been a pretty disappointing experience, if I'm being honest. So you have to go into the Harbor Freight with a certain expectation. There's a lot of stuff in there that is pretty subpar, but some of it is actually pretty great, especially when you factor in price. Now, the one thing you definitely need to get squared away if you want to be prepared is your health. So let's take a second before we get going on our list to thank the sponsor of today's video, AG1. AG1 is the quickest, easiest way to make sure you are filling all those nutritional gaps in your diet. AG1 makes it easy to increase the amount of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants you get every day. With AG1, you get a comprehensive nutrition supplement to provide nutrients for body, brain, and gut health, all in just one simple scoop a day in 6 to 8 ounces of water. It's kind of a one-stop shop for whole body health. It's got 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. AG1 has dairy-free probiotics and prebiotics, which are basically food for the probiotics to help them establish in your digestive system. Adaptogens and antioxidants, which support better sleep and lowering everyday mental and physical fatigue. It can also benefit cognition, memory, and the nervous system. A superfood complex with antioxidants that are known to counteract free radicals that can cause cell damage in your body. They also have digestive enzymes and a mushroom complex to help naturally enhance nutrient absorption. And to top all that off, those shroomies also help support your immune system. In the morning, first thing when I get up, I mix 1 scoop of AG1 with 6 ounces of water and slug it down. That way, every day I know I'm starting off with a solid foundation for my body. I've been using AG1 for the better part, probably a year now, and I really have noticed a difference. Your boy has what, let's just say it's not the best digestive system in the world. I blame it on way too many hot wings and beers in my youth, but since I've been taking AG1 every day, this feels, let's say, less violent. I also feel more focused, energized throughout the day, and just generally better. And being that we were talking about in preparedness in this video, the little AG1 travel packs are great to throw in a backpack. They take up little to no space and allow you to get some extra vitamins and minerals on the go when your diet is probably lacking. With the link below, you'll get 1-year supplement of immune-supporting D3, K2, and 5 free travel packs. The D vitamin is great. You just throw a couple drops in your AG1 drink in the morning, and Bob's your uncle. Full daily recommended dose of vitamin D. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you tap the link below to get started on your AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D drops and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase of AG1. Thanks again to the folks at AG1 for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. All right, ladies and gents, now we've handled getting healthy. Let's get on this list of Harbor Freight gems. First up, this big boy. Stackable large toolbox for $39.99. We'll say 40 bucks, we'll round up. IP65 dust and water rating, removable organizers, which are pretty cool. Metal latches, pretty good size, 12.5 tall by 21.5 long and 13.25 wide. So pretty good size. It's got this rubber gasket around here, which gives it that IP65 dust and water rating. It's got these removable cards in here. So you could take these out and it could be just one big bin for storage, but it does have these little removable cards, which are actually pretty cool. They've got elastic bands and then some different kind of little slots and stuff. And actually, you know what I just noticed? These seem to be, look at that, weird. I don't think that's what they're meant for, but they are just the right size to hold a AR-15 magazine. Plenty of space in here. And what I'm gonna use this for in my truck EDC is I might put this together as kind of a toolkit and keep all my truck tools and stuff in here. But you know, you could get more than one of these and just help organize stuff in the bed of your truck so that shit's not slapping around everywhere. I've got those metal molly panels in the back of my truck, so I could put some straps around here and hold them to the side of the truck so they don't bang around. Water and dust proof, so they keep everything in here pretty safe. Kind of endless ideas for what you can do with this in a truck EDC. And it's got a nice handle, and these are part of their stackable system. So they got a bunch of different ones of these. Some of them have wheels on the bottom. They're a little bit bigger. They've got thinner ones, bunches of different sizes and stuff. So pretty damn cool for 40 bucks. There are some other cases that I'm a big fan of, but I'm gonna save those for the very end of this because it's like my favorite Harbor Freight find of the last several years. Some of you guys might know about it, but I'm saving that one for the end. So you just have to stay tuned to the end to see that. Oh boy, this one's heavy. Oh. The good old school metal 50 cal ammo cans. Now you can get these damn things everywhere, but Harbor Freight has them for like 16 or 17 bucks, and that's a pretty good deal. And these things are great. I love them. I normally use them for their intended purposes, which is sweet ammunition. They're really helpful for a lot of stuff. It's kind of like the big toolbox. These things have a rubber seal on them, so they keep things like dust and water and stuff like that out of here. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. You don't just need to use them for ammo. You absolutely can use for ammo. They're great for that. I put my ammo in them and then throw one of these little, what the hell is this stuff called? Silica gel packs in here to help with the moisture. It's rubber sealed, so no moisture is going to get in there, but those packets help the moisture that's in there. You could put these in the back of your truck, similar as those, and organize stuff. I think I'm gonna get a couple of these for the bed of my truck and kind of keep just a little bit of my food stores in here for my EDC in my truck. Maybe food ration bars, maybe a couple dehydrated meal things. Keep them in this just to kind of keep them safe, dry, and all that good stuff. So lots of good purposes for these things, and for like 16, 17 bucks, damn good deal in my opinion. Headlamps, and more headlamps. You can never have too many headlamps in your EDC, in your truck loadout in general. It really sucks when it's dark and you can't see anything. And I really like headlamps because a lot of times you're doing stuff. Now, they don't make you look super cool necessarily. Where's the light on? There we go. Wait, how's that? Am I looking dead sexy in this damn thing or not? That is a bright bitch. Having hands-free light is paramount. This is the 500 lumen option, and I think this one was on sale for like 15 bucks. I think normally they're like 20. This one is the like 300 some odd lumen, and this one is like 12 or 13 bucks all the time. They both have the adjustable situation, so you can aim the light down on whatever you're working on. This one is just a single light, and then you have the ability to get a wide beam or a narrow beam depending on where this thing's at. This one has 3 AA batteries in the back here and 7.5 hours of runtime. This one is brighter at 500 lumens. It does have several different lights, which I like. This one has got kind of the dimmer light. It's got This is my favorite part of this one. It's got a red light option, which if you're camping or you're out at night, saving your night vision using red light is key. As soon as you get hit with some bright white lights, you can't see shit. The red saves your night vision. So if you're walking around in the dark, it doesn't totally blind you and you can still see what's going on without screwing up your natural night vision. So red option is really good. And then it's got a brighter option. So another thing this one does is it's got a hands-free option, so you can turn it on to where when you wave in front of it, it turns on, wave in front of it, it turns off. So that way, if you're working on a car and you got grease all over your hands or your hands are dirty and you don't want to touch this, you can just kind of wave, light on, wave, light off. So pretty cool. And for, you know, 14, 15 bucks on sale and for like 12 or 13 bucks, throw a couple of these in your ADC. You'll always be glad to have some headlamps on you. Tarps. I think everybody knows the importance of having some tarps in your EDC. These are great. They're super cheap. The smaller one, I got a 5x7 one, and this one is 7 foot 4 inches by 9 foot 6 inches. They're camo on one side. They have like an olive drab kind of color on the reverse. 5 mil thick, reinforced grommets, the metal reinforced grommets on them, which is great. Smaller one's $4.99 and the bigger one I think was like $7 or $8. Camo's kind of always better in my opinion. If you're hunting, or you're trying to stay under the radar, or in a situation where shit has gone sideways and you're trying to stay not visible, shit hits the fan, camo is always a better thing. You can keep things dry. You can put them in the back of your truck to keep the back of your truck clean when you're hauling stuff. You can build shelters out of these things. You can build makeshift tents. You can catch water. You can carry stuff in these things. I mean, tarps are hugely helpful for so many things. It's always a good idea to have a couple tarps in your truck, and for that price, for the camo ones, pretty stoked to have these in my truck EDC. I found this little gem just walking around in there for 20 bucks. It is a parachute hammock. So it's a little hammock. It's got this tree straps in here. It's made of the parachute material, super lightweight. Has a stuff sack that comes with it. Has a working load of 500 pounds, which is more than enough. If you weigh more than 500 pounds, you're probably not camping. You're sitting in your house eating Cheetos, playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Nothing wrong with playing Call of Duty, by the way. I actually really like Call of Duty, but you know what I'm trying to say. This takes up like no space in your truck, and you mix this with one of those tarps over there, pitch a little tent over top of your hammock with your tarp, and keep you off the ground, keep you dry, and you can have a pretty comfortable night out in the wilderness in one of these things. So for 20 bucks, definitely little gem from Harbor Freight. Going right along with the tarps and stuff like such, you can always use rope. You can never have enough rope. Rope is another one of these multi-purpose items that you should always have nearby. Lashing things together, miscellaneous campsite stuff, tents, repairs, help carrying things, help lift stuff, hang it up to dry your clothes. You can use it for first aid. Get food up off the ground if you're camping. So many uses for rope. Tying up people that are annoying you. Definitely don't use this for any illegal. Don't tie people up, people. That's unless they want to. Maybe you're into that. I don't know. But it's use, lots of great uses for perfectly legal things. This particular one at Harbor Freight, you get 75 foot of this. It's 3 8-inch poly rope. It's the diamond braided, so it has fairly low stretch. It's in the camo pattern because, well, camo's awesome. Has a working load of 300 pounds. So, you know, just good general purpose rope. And for 6 bucks, 75 foot of rope, come on, man. Doesn't take up much room when it's all tied up in a nice little hank like that. Hank, is that what they call a little thing of rope? Is it a hank? I think it's a hank. Braided camo poly rope for 6 bucks. Jesus Christ. What do you want? Here's one that it's kind of a one-off, but it was $10. I had to pick it up because I thought, you know what? If you ever need one of these, you're gonna really wish you had one. This is a 6 foot, 5 gallon per hour, self-priming jiggler pump. What these things do is, this is basically, the main use for this would be siphoning gas. The shit hits the fan and gas is bad. You guys have seen The Walking Dead, come on. In a situation, if you really need gas and you're out, This thing's perfect, and you don't have to suck, you just have to jerk it or jiggle it. So normally to start a siphon, you put a hose, you have to get the siphon started, get gas in your mouth, spit. It's horrible. This little guy on here has a metal or a glass ball in here. And what it allows you to do is you put this end down in the gas and you jiggle it back and forth.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Anyway, and it starts the siphon for you so that you don't have to suck.
Really? Nothing.
If you have the choice between jerking and sucking, jerking is always going to be the easier path.
Jesus.
Takes up very little room in your vehicle, and kind of like jumper cables or any of the other things, if you ever run out of gas and it's a bad situation, it's always a good idea to have something to where you could get yourself some. This can also be used for other things. If you needed to get water out of something, big tank into a smaller thing for carrying, lots of stuff, but the main use for this is gasoline. 10 bucks. Better safe than sorry. Fire is awesome for so many things, but not so good when it's unwanted. So it's always good to have a fire extinguisher around, whether that is for yourself, if you have some kind of truck fire, car fire, electrical fire, or if there's an accident on the side of the road, you can maybe help somebody else put a fire out, save somebody's life. It's never a bad thing to have a fire extinguisher. This is pretty nice for 25 bucks. It's a good size. It comes with a mount already on it. This one is a 1A, 10B, and C class fire. So textiles, paints, wood, gasoline, electrical, basically most of the common shit you're gonna have in your car or if you're out camping or something like that. So I actually already have one in my truck, but I bought this one because it's more compact. The one I have is kind of big, takes up a little more room on my Molly panels than I would like. So I'm gonna replace it with a smaller unit, put the bigger one in my house. 25 bucks, save your life, save somebody else's life. I mean, come on. You should have one of these in your truck EDC. Okay, so this is arguably one of those things that, how do we say, there's not a ton of legal reasons to use a pair of bolt cutters, because usually it's for like cutting through fences or locks and stuff, and unless you locked yourself out of your own stuff. Nevertheless, if the shit hits the fan, you may need to get through a fence, or you may need to unlock something to get into something, or free yourself from a situation. Who knows? I mean, these are, circumstances that I hope no one's ever in, but it's one of those things that I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. These are 24-inch. They are 17 bucks or 18 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. And nice, big, wide opening. I think it's up to ½ inch or something like that. I'm gonna put them right along the bed of my truck so they'll stay out of the way. Nice mechanical advantage on big, long 24-inch cutters to go through pretty much anything you might need. I don't need to go too deep into what bolt cutters are. You guys know. Hopefully you're never in a situation where you need bolt cutters, but if you ever are, you're gonna sure in hell wish you had them. And for 24 bucks, it's nice peace of mind. Gorilla tape, duct tape, specifically the Gorilla brand version, which I'm a big fan of. I think the stuff works really great. Little 10-yard rolls for like, I think they were 8 bucks a piece, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere right around that. I've said a lot of stuff in here has a lot of uses, but let's be honest. Duct tape is probably the most useful thing on the planet. Duct tape is like the Force. It has a dark side and a light side, and it holds the world together. What's the other saying? If you can't fix it with duct tape, you're not using enough duct tape. Repair gear, first aid, waterproof things, basically you can never have enough duct tape. Oddly enough, unless you're doing duct work, that's really that aluminum tape. I've never known anybody to actually use duct tape on ducts, which is kind of funny. For just a few bucks, grab a couple rolls, throw it in your truck EDC. $50-pack of good old school red shop towels for 13 bucks. I'm starting to sound a bit like a broken record, right? Because a lot of this stuff is just stuff it's great to have around. Kind of like the tarp or the tape. It's just always good to have some little hand towels and stuff. No frills, just handy little guys. You can wash and reuse them, auto repair, campsite stuff, food prep. You could use them for markers in the woods if you're getting lost. Hang them up on a tree, they're bright red so they're visible. I don't know if these are 100% cotton. I'm not for sure if they are, but if they were 100% cotton, you could maybe make some char cloth out of them. If they're not 100% cotton, you could still put them in your fire kit, maybe put some Vaseline on them and make some little fire prep out of them. I mean, there's just a ton of cool stuff other than just your traditional use of, you know, wiping your hands and whatnot. For 12 bucks, 50 of these guys, throw a couple of them in your backpack, throw a couple of them in your car, a couple of them in your garage. Bob's your uncle. 36-inch adjustable rubber straps for 10 bucks. There's 5 of these guys in here, and they're just these good black heavy duty tie downs, and they're the adjustable varieties. If you need something smaller, rather than having to double it around or whatever, there are these little holes every so often. You can take these little metal hooks out, put it in a lower stuff, and hook down and secure some smaller stuff. These things come in super handy. I think I'm going to use a couple of these actually to go around that toolbox that I got and affix it to my metal molly so that it doesn't move around the back of my truck. And then if I need to take it out, super easy. You just unhook a couple of these things, pull the toolbox out, do what you need to do, put it back in, latch it on there, keeps it nice and sturdy and against the bed wall so it's not rattling around back there. So for 10 bucks, I mean, 5 of these things, super handy. Possibly my favorite harbor freight find of the last several years. The Apache cases, weatherproof cases, rugged. Apache Rugged weatherproof cases. I have a couple different sizes. They make them in huge, big, long rifle cases. They make them in a size bigger than this size, smaller sizes, multiple sizes of these things, but they're basically the equivalent of a Pelican case. Nice, super heavy duty plastic. They have the foam on the inside. This part is the pluck and pull, or pull and pluck, I don't know. It's the little foam that has the perforations in it so you can take it apart and custom make it to whatever size thing you want to put in here. Rubber seal in here, nice sturdy latches, nice handle on top. It's got the pressure valve for if you're traveling to release pressure, metal reinforced locking holes. So damn good. Now, are these exactly the same as Pelicans? I'm gonna say they might not be exactly the same quality as Pelican, but they are so damn close. Like 98% the quality of a Pelican, and for like a half to a third the price. I mean, it is ridiculous how much cheaper these are. The bigger one that I have for my rifle is real long. It's got wheels on the bottom. I mean, really super good quality stuff for crazy cheap. And they have them in cool colors. They have them in like olive drab. They have them in this like FDE kind of color. They have them in black, obviously. They have them in bright orange. These aren't just good for firearms. These are good for camera gear, for firearms, organizing different stuff in your EDC. Basically anything that maybe is a little more expensive or fragile, or you're trying to keep it safe, dry, and protected. It's kind of hard to beat that. That is not some wimpy ass plastic. That is some heavy duty shit. Dude, when I found these, because I was looking for some Pelicans and they're like $300-400 bucks. They can get really, really expensive. When I found these, I was like, hallelujah. I mean, it's so much cheaper. These things are fantastic. My favorite Harbor Freight find. Love these damn things. I already have like 3 of them. I'm probably gonna have like 20 more. Harbor Freight is kind of a scary place at times. There is a lot of shit you have to kind of sort through because they do have kind of a lot of crap there, but there is some really good, cool stuff in there too. All this stuff, I think I spent like 250 bucks on all this stuff. That put a pretty good dent in some of the EDC stuff that I was looking to flush out of my truck. If I would have bought all that stuff elsewhere, it probably would have been way, way more. So if you're trying to flush out an EDC, don't discount Harbor Freight. Stop in there, swing by, see if there's anything in there that you can get. All right, folks, but before we sign off for the week, we have to do our drawing for last week's giveaway, and then we'll do this week's. And the winner is Scott Webb. Scott, congratulations, brother. Thank you for being a subscriber, follower. Thank you for liking and commenting and all that good stuff. Scott says, love this Old Forester comparison. Thanks for the great video. Well, Scott, thank you, buddy, for being all the things I mentioned before. Appreciate your support, my brother. You have won, what were we giving away last week? A free Whisky. So you are winning a free Whisky. All you got to do is look on our YouTube page under the About tab. There is an email under there. If you email us, give us your shipping info, we will get a brand new Whisky shipped your way. So congratulations, my friend. Weekly scammer warning before we do this week's giveaway. As always, we draw the winners live in the videos. So if you get somebody down below saying you won something, if you didn't hear me announce your name live, you didn't win anything, don't fall for the scams. All right, for this week, what can we give away this week? We actually have a new whiskey hat. Looks kind of like a challenge coin, but it's a whiskey hat because it's got a rim on there. It's meant to go on top of the Whiskeys or on Glencairns. It fits both. Giveaway rules are, as always, you have to be a subscriber to both channels, both this channel and our After Hours channel where we do our weekly live streams. And there's going to be some other content coming on that channel soon, but for right now, definitely come check that out. We do weekly live streams over there. It's a good old time. Come join us Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. But you got to be a subscriber to both channels. You have to like the video, smash that like button, sign up for our new newsletter. So we just came out with a newsletter. Go to our website, sign up, and then comment on this one. Let's do #TruckEDC, #Whiskey Hat. Sign up for the newsletter, subscribe, like the video, #TruckEDC, #Whiskey Hat, and that will enter you in a drawing. In the next video, we will draw a winner for one of the new whiskey hats. Cool stuff. Can add that to your EDC, your whiskey EDC. All right, folks, well, that's gonna wrap this week's video up. Hopefully you found this one helpful. If you do, feel free to smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week, and we will see you in the next video. It's to be noted, there's other stuff, not just this stuff at Harbor Freight. They had some jacks that I almost bought. If I ever bought one like an electronic winch, I'd probably get like a Warren or something like that, like a brand name. But they do have like a manual come along that I came this close to buying, but then I saw one a little cheaper on Amazon, so I'll probably am on Amazon. But other than, you know, a lot of people in there having summer teeth. You know what summer teeth are? Summer here, summer there. But other than summer teeth, got some pretty decent stuff in there.